Welcome to another InWheelTime podcast.
That's all I gotta say.
Be prepared. Be prepared. That's the Boy Scout marching song. Be prepared. Mars, are you prepared?
I am so prepared.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mike Mars reviews the Alfa Romeo Tonale.
Okay. This is the 2025 Alfa Romeo Tonale Tributo Italiano E all-wheel drive, meaning it's
And this
a
is
plug-in hybrid.
This is a man from Neaterville, Texas, trying to talk Italian.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't work at home either.
Can you say spaghetti?
So for 2025, this particular vehicle, there's two trim levels. There's the base level, and then there's the Tribute that we are driving. So it's kind of a special edition. And again, it is a plug-in hybrid, all-wheel drive. It's a small luxury SUV. Seats 5 people. Okay. Now, up front, you're going to find that there's some tri-lobe LED headlights, and it's got the tri-lobe tail lights, so there's 3 different little pieces of it, and it looks really cool, particularly at night. Got rain-sensing wipers up front, got the black roof option. So we got the blacked-out grille, got blacked-out trim, including the side mirror caps. The side mirrors are heated and folding, and it's got a hands-free liftgate with a 20 by 8-inch aluminum wheels, which creates a really nice look, particularly with the green that we were driving. The interior, the perforated leather seating, it's got red undertones through it, so you kind of see the red underneath kind of bleeds through it. It's a different look, and it'll work on you really well. You'll like it, I think. Heated front seats, got 60/40 folding rear seats. Got a driver has a 12.3-inch display in front of him that's got all his, we used to call it a gauge package, but it's got all his information, and he can change some of that around. 10.25-inch touch monitor in the middle. That's where you're going to find your Uconnect 5, your Harman Kardon audio controls, your Apple CarPlay or Google Android, depending on what all you want to do, your heating, your cooling, it's all right there. Got large paddle shifters. Now, when I say large, I'm saying large like they blend in behind the steering wheel. So they're looking at them, they look like, oh, this will be really cool. But to me, they're a little too far away. I got to reach a little bit far for them. But they're there, and they work, I guess. Well, I mean, I'm not sure why. Anyway, so the drivetrain.
It's Italian.
It's Italian. It's a 1.3-liter inline-4 up underneath the hood, but there is a rear axle E-motor. This is where you get your E all-wheel drive from, because the E runs the rear wheels, so you've got 4-wheel drive out of it, or all-wheel drive. It's got a 285 horsepower equivalent. It's got a 6-speed automatic transmission with it. Now, the fuel economy on this thing, it's kind of...
Good luck.
Yeah. So, gas and electric, the EPA says you should be looking for 71 mpg equivalent, 29 miles per gallon gas only, and an EPA range of 33 miles. Now, I drove the thing 131 miles. This is a premium fuel vehicle, by the way. So, I got 31.6 miles per gallon on this vehicle. I actually got 50 miles on the battery of it, and I drove it 80 miles on the gasoline.
I thought that you didn't use the battery. You didn't charge the battery.
It regenerates a little bit if you drive it far.
Very little.
Yeah, very little. That's why it only went like about 17 miles further than what the battery did over the whole time. So there's not much, because I did not plug it in and try it. The 9+ hours kind of pushed me away from that idea, particularly with the number of vehicles I got in my driveway. Long story, another story. So, but driving it around town, it's pretty quick steering. It's easy to get around town because of the size of it, the responsive steering. So it's pretty easy to drive. Out on the highway, I thought it had a fairly firm ride. But, and I also noticed that when the gasoline engine kicks in and starts running, you get a noticeable increase in exterior noise, whether it's road noise, the motor noise, whatever, because it's so quiet whenever the E-motor's running, it kind of makes it even more. Now, base model price, you're going to look at $36,495, but don't look at that. Go look at the base trim price for this special edition at $51,995.
But
That, as tested, because we didn't have much options, but it's $59,630. Now, the best I could find to compare it to was the Lexus NX 450 hybrid, $58,000 starting. The BMW X1 X-Drive hybrid, $50,000. The Volvo XC40 Recharge starts at $48,000. So there's a lot of choices if you get in there and you start looking at that small luxury SUV. I did get a lot of compliments on this car, from particularly the color and the shape of it. So if you are looking at that category, you ought to look at it. And that's my review of the 2025 Alfa Romeo Tonale Tributo Italiano.
I wanted to
That's it for this podcast episode of the InWheelTime Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.